the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under justice for all.
Okay, roll call. I am here. David Redmond's here. Claudia Tolet is here, sort of. I guess we just want him here, right? Yeah. Jensen's here. Sunny is here, and Miss Finch is here. You have a correction?
Yes, a couple.
Okay.
On page 4, the first, under classified person, she declined the position. She also declined the position.
What was the second one? Carraro?
Cavallo,
Yeah,
that's where I lined it up.
The third one? First and third. Decline.
And then down, Christopher Corson, he's going from TMS to Roseman Elementary.
Oh, so he is big up from the bottom? Yes. You said he's going where?
He is going from Tropico to Roseman Elementary.
Okay. Tropical to Arios.
And Hurtado Sanchez, but she is going to be food service at TMS.
TMS instead of West Park?
Yes. And then,
Which one? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Quintila Horto. She's going to. Okay. TMS instead of West Park. Oh. So instead of West Park, she's going to TMS.
and then on page 6, for Megan Rodriguez, Alicia Campbell-Lisa, and Terry Jumara, the position should just read stipend. So for each one of those 3, it should say, instead of buyout, it should say stipend, stipend, and stipend.
Okay, now. Pepper, you still have?
Yes, sir. I approve to approve the agenda with the changes that were just
Given.
given. Yes.
Second by? Second. Second by Ray. Board members, any thoughts? Yeah. Motion? All in favor?
Aye.
I did too.
Sorry, who seconded that? We're having technical difficulties. Right.
Right.
Thank you.
CSDA report.
With all due respect, we would like RTA to go first.
Okay, RTA.
All right. So. Welcome everybody. RTA is excited to be getting back to Ashford over this past week. We're gonna have some of us were trained last week at Abbott. This was exciting, except that the board approved us to go to Abbott when the tsunami was coming, so thank you. But we all did make it back, so although they were concerned down in San Diego, I don't, whatever. But there is a great sense of energy, anticipation across the campuses as we meet our new students very soon. I'm sure a lot of the board members have kids going to school, so we'll be excited to get rid of them. send them back to us. But, tomorrow we'll be meeting with all new teachers, while the event is primarily, designed for just new teachers, but all teachers are welcome. You guys are more than welcome to come by. It'll be in the West Park cafeteria from 11 to 12. And we're providing lunch. It is celebrated today. So if anybody's here from Robert's, that's the last time with cookies. So if anybody's nearby wants to join us for a meal, come on by. We'd love to see you. All in all matters, as we mentioned, the recent email correspondence, RTA did raise, I know we just spoke about one, but raised two priority issues that emerged over the past week with regards to, in general, cut buyouts, not just the we continue to see better than cut buyouts are being assigned and whether they're being implemented in a way that is equitable and consistent. At the school assignments, the public review the most recent board agenda. It was surprising to see that roughly $78,000 was allocated for after-school activities and assignments in regards to cut buyouts. Again, this is credit to so to speak. This raises questions about how the funds are being distributed, which roles are included, and how the responsibilities are going to be defined and tied to these funds so that they're used and monitored correctly. We respectfully request, just to review it, transparency, fairness for all employees. I want to note that I did have a productive conversation with Ms. Gaines. We emailed back and forth, and I appreciate that. To be very clear, RTA is not against any individual's classification, specific assignments, nor against documenting. Since taking the role of RTA president, I've worked to maintain an honest and open dialogue with the district office. Our intent is not punitive. Again, I'm going to document as been suggested to me, but rather to seek clarity, consistency, and accountability, which is our responsibility to all our members, all stakeholders. And all stakeholders should be held accountable. We hope that this ongoing dialogue reflects our shared commitment to doing what is best for students, staff, and the district as a whole. And to get to what I was saying about punitive and RTA being against, or somehow me personally, I did reach out to Ms. Gaines and let her know that this was from members. We want to raise concern in regards to confidentiality or internal communications. So this week, more importantly, yesterday afternoon, two separate community members who are not SKUSD employees approached SSS, to be honest with me, to discuss the content of emails that were sent. They are not anybody in this room. So we want to just make note that the emails that are intended for board and district staff, we really should maintain that. We hope that, and we expect that professional correspondence is treated with the discretion and professionalism that it deserves, particularly when addressing ongoing and sensitive matters. We respectfully ask that you just uphold the integrity. And again, I wasn't told who said you, and I'm going to be again transparent with you guys, but no, this game is straight like that. But when content of emails, and I'm going to be honest, like, where's she going? I mean, I'm just shocked that people come up to me asking me about, the administrative staff here at SKUSD. It took me back. So, and again, I'm going to be transparent. I mean, it takes me back because I'm thinking, nobody in this room, like I said, and I don't know how that person can find out that we're having communications and stuff. So, again, somehow maybe it happened, but just want to make that note that if we could, because in all honesty, I was also with my kids. I'm not out in order to you guys, to be. And then I look like I'm being rude. I'm like, oh, I can't discuss that with you and stuff. But I just want to bring that up. I hope it doesn't, negatively affect anybody. Bringing it up, but I just want to be upfront and honest. Didn't like that when this game gets over. Stuff, but that's really fine. But we really are excited. On the whole, but there we go. How's that? Okay.
CCA.
Yes. Ready to get back to work? Well, I mean, I've been working all summer, so.
You guys really looking hard.
I mean, West Park's, we're rocking and rolling. We're ready to go. Construction's going good. But I want to congratulate Ashley as a fully trained steward now. Still have a bit of homework to do before we could appoint her, but congratulations, Ashley. Thank you to HR for getting these PD trainings out. Most of our members have completed 3 of the 4 PD trainings now, so we're happy about that. And then last but not least, CSEA is in full support with RTA on the unfair compensation of these buyouts and the community funds.
Graders have tomorrow, and 9th graders will have theirs on the 6th.
Okay, thank you. CDO, Mr. Irving.
Alrighty, I want to say welcome back to everybody as they get ready to come back to school. If they haven't started with professional development this week yet, you know, they're part of next week's sessions, and then all the students and everybody. I want to congratulate Fallon and the Parent Center on backpacking giveaway on Monday. It's in large crowds, still a lot of backpacks. There's, you know, for those who haven't picked up backpacks yet, they're still giving them away. And, you know, doesn't have quite all the fanfare that Monday did, but there are still backpacks available. So please stop by the Parent Center. I'm sure Fallon and Elizabeth will be more than happy to talk to you. Construction's still going underway. Knocking on wood. All the, you know, bits and pieces and dust and all of that will be cleaned up as much as possible prior to students returning. And as a good start from here. Thank you.
Good I just don't think whether already yet to be finished by the time that we needed it.
Depends on how we define the definition.
Oh, well, as long as there's no chunks of stuff laying around everywhere.
It's workable.
Yeah, exactly.
There's gonna be some midnight oil burn, but it'll be right.
Yeah, I was gonna go over there on Monday, then there. But Assistant Superintendent of Instruction and Curriculum, Mendez.
Good evening, everyone that joins us here in person and also online. Welcome back. We hope that everyone had a nice summer. And I want to thank all the departments, particular team members and Ed Services, Hilda, Anna, Yesenia, and Dr. Culver for their support in Ed Services, as well as other departments and school sites. There's been a lot of people helping out with setting up with the professional development setup, getting things with the cleanup and actual training. So we want to thank our custodial staff, our tech support people like Gary, who's been helping out with setting up the tech support there for our PDs in the RAS cafeteria. Also at other sites, Roseman High, tech support, and also Rosie and her team with setting up light snacks and coffee, things like that for our teachers and welcoming the teachers back as well. Also want to thank teachers that helped out for summer school, for summer session 1 and 2. We appreciate their support for summer school. And team members that joined us for the PLC Institute, as well as the Avid Summer Institute. We had 61 team members that joined us in Avid Summer Institute. We had a chance to listen to keynote speakers, as well as participate in breakout sessions, network, and then collaborate during team time as well. So it was very exciting. We learned a lot. We have information to bring back and share with staff for this school year. So we appreciate the support of the board and the deans in regards to ongoing professional development. with our thinking maps. We've also had character strong training yesterday for classified staff, as well as new teachers and returning teachers optional for them. We do invite them though if they're interested. We welcome them to join on any PD opportunities. And we continue to have PD opportunities throughout this week. And that is the report for its services.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Assistant Superintendent of Special Education and Pupil Personnel.
She's not here.
She's back here.
Mr. President, I can just add a couple of things for Ms. Taylor. First, some not good news. Ms. Taylor broke her right arm Monday and allegedly was broken in multiple places in her wrist area. So that's the reason she's not here this evening. But I do want to thank Ms. Taylor and her team. As Dr. Mendez mentioned, they've had 2 days of professional development, character strong on Tuesday, and then today, Ms. Kirk, her special ed coordinator, and the mental health therapist, and the BCBAs provided different focus areas in the training at the Roseman High Gym today, and that they had quite a large turnout on both days. Seating was provided for over 300 people. So I just want to I know she would want us to thank her team, and I want to thank her for providing that training for many of the paraeducators and different classified staff who attended. So yeah.
Assistant Superintendent, Human Resource, Ian Marcus.
Good evening, everyone, and hopefully everybody's excited to be coming back and get ready to have all the kids come next week. Our office has been very busy. We are filling our last few certificated positions. As Jeremy noted, there's been a lot of professional development for classified, and Paul has been setting all of that up. So he's running around trying to make sure everybody's where they need to be and everybody knows where they're going. And Becky over at our office, just you can see from our personnel list, everybody's moving into different places. So all of that has to be input into the system so that everybody's in the right spot. So it's just, working hard, and not to leave Monica out, but she went on vacation for a couple of weeks and then came back and got really sick. So I haven't seen too much of her, but she works very hard when she's there. So I have a great team. So if anybody ever needs anything, we're there to help. So,
Thank you. Superintendent report.
Okay, thank you. I want to touch briefly, I'll try to keep it brief, on the West Park Satellite Campus at RES. And I want to, first of all, thank Mr. Holmes and Mrs. Ament, and especially the 5 West Park teachers who are transitioning for the 25-26 school year to that satellite campus, because it's been a lot of moving details to make that happen, and I just want to thank them for their generosity and their patience, and they were a pleasure to work with during all of this. And I've been over there, I go over every few days with Raleigh, and it's looking really pretty good. I didn't realize TK had so many little things. Oh my gosh. Like their baskets have baskets. I mean, it's just crazy, but they're making it look so good. And the 2 buildings look quite different. It's really exciting. Makes me want to do the whole area, but that's another conversation. And I want to say I want to thank Raleigh Davis. I don't know if someone asked me, does Raleigh work 7 days a week? I'm thinking he just might, because he lets the cat out of the bag sometimes, and he'll say, oh, don't worry, I was over there on Sunday, or I stopped by on Saturday to see if the fields, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. I just want to say to everyone that the man is all over this district, 7 days a week, and we would not be able to do everything we do without him. And I just want to say thank you, Raleigh. And I doubt if he's listening. Maybe he's getting some rest right now. I don't know. I wish he would be. And to piggyback on what Robert said about the backpack giveaways stopped over Monday. I want to thank Fallon and Elizabeth, and I also want to thank Assemblyman Tom Lackey, who came by, and I wasn't there when Assemblyman Lackey was, but Fallon was sharing with me that he just was very, very impressed with everything, the ice cream social and the prizes and all the activities going on. And I did look at the backpacks. There are some great looking backpacks. I was like, okay, I do not need a backpack. I felt like I wanted one, but then it was like I couldn't figure out which one I wanted. So it's probably better I didn't get one. But I just want to say thank you, Fallon and Elizabeth, for it. It was, you could tell the kids were very excited. I mean, they were just standing there looking at the wall of backpacks. They were Jan's backpacks, so very high quality backpacks with all the goodies inside. Avid was great, just too much walking. Oh my gosh. They never put us in the hotel where the conference is or where our classes are. But a team of 61, and I just want to say that if you want to have a proud moment when you're in team time and your 61 people are working as sites, trying to not only, we made them review what happened this year with Avid, and now how do we move forward and make Avid 25, 26 even better for our kids. And you see 61 people collaborating and creating and planning what they're going to do. It just makes you very, very proud as a district. I felt the same pride at the PLC conference as I did at the Avid conference. And so it validates for me why it's so important, and it justifies for me why it's so important for us to take the teachers and spend the money, because it's really worth it. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who attended. And enrollment numbers, they're not going down. Just wanted to tell you that. High school right now, Mr. Adams, Dane, is sitting at about 930, and that was earlier today. So I'm not sure we're going to put them to any room on the bus, maybe for a class or two. It's growing. And of course, West Park's numbers are not, everybody's growing, even RES and Tropico. So that's a great thing. And finally, I just want to say that we have, two things. One, we have some great professional development for the teachers on Monday. We are bringing Nancy Fry, and she's going to be in the new cafeteria, and she's authored many books. She's world renowned, and she's going to be here focusing on rigor, which is something I think we're ready for in Southern Kern. Our kids, we're ready to provide our kids a learning environment of high expectations. So we welcome Nancy at the new cafeteria, and Joseph Asaf will be doing the math professional development at West Park cafeteria for all the secondary math teachers. So very excited about that. And last, I just wanted to say that parents, we are getting very close to opening day, which is Wednesday, August 13th. If you have not enrolled your child yet, regardless of the grade, please try to get in by Friday, so we really have an accurate account of how many students in each section. So we know if we have enough teachers or not. Right now, we're looking pretty good, but as I said, every day, the line for enrollment is pretty intense. So I just want to remind everybody about that. And we're very, very excited to open the 25-26 year. It seems like we just closed the 24-25, but here we are again. So I'll leave it at that. We're excited. Thank you.
Board member communication.
Not too much going on. I appreciate the backpack giveaway. I saw the turnout online. It's very impressive. Thank you for all your work over there. I was able to attend the retreat with administrative staff a couple weeks ago. It was very impressive. A lot of information, a lot of good information for staff. Thank you for putting that on. Other than that, I'm good.
Everyone. Socializing us by on my way out of town, and that line was ridiculously long. So that was great. That was a great turnout. I would like to see that school night and things like that too. So we can get that crowd there to all the schools. That would be amazing. Give them ice cream. Give them big. I know we only have 1 week to go, so hopefully everyone is getting in their last minute shopping, last quick trips to the beach, wherever it is you want to go, get it in before school starts and the homework starts rolling in. Set your alarms to everybody. I know it's awful to say, but I'm sorry you have to do it. And I hope that everything's going well with the military families, you're getting them situated and welcomed into the district if we have those kids coming. Other than that, I think
Yes, I'm so sorry, I'm so tired. Like she said, get your last trips in, and I just came from the airport and I made it, so. We've got a week left. The summer flew by, and I was also able to attend a leadership retreat with you guys. So that was really exciting. I'm really looking forward to this school year. It takes a village. Like all of you guys make this district run, and I'm looking forward to next year. And you guys planting seeds and growing things. Of course, radishes, lettuces. Come on. Other than that, I'll leave you guys alone. Yeah, sorry I couldn't do the social. I was out of town. But yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Bob.
Oh, my turn. Well, as I said, I've been on vacation here in Salem, Vermont, having a good time. I had the opportunity to meet with the superintendent of Maple Run School District, which is a school district that is part of my high school. Barbara, you'll be happy to know that I think I found your clone. Your in-service training, everything that you do, he is doing as well. He just has a couple more, he has an extra high school that we don't, but it was a very interesting. And Robert, you don't have to worry about voters approving our budget, which they have to have out here, so you won't have to pull your hair out. As Mrs. Gaines will probably agree, even though I've been on vacation, I've still been engaged. We had some discussion the last couple of days on some items that I think we finally got resolved. But I'm here for the kids, and that's the reason why I wanted to zoom in tonight, because there's a lot of issues. Okay, Mario, back to you.
Okay, Mr. President, can I just remind everybody, yesterday was Bob's birthday. Happy birthday, Bob.
Thank you.
We'll have cake when you come back.
Appreciate it. Don't tell them how many though.
Oh, I won't.
Yes, it's my turn. I was over here Monday morning and there was nowhere to even stand over there. So it was really busy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,454 people.
Wow, well done, good.
No wonder it was busy over there.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for everything you've done over the summer. I know you guys were busy as all get out, trying to get all the campuses cleaned up, moved, and everything else you guys had to do. Thank you. You guys put in a lot of extra time. Construction wise, we are just going, go. We've got so many projects going on that are just, it seems like we're barely starting to finish up one with 2 more start up. So, bear with us with all the construction stuff that we've got going. West Park's got, going on right now. So this tropical, the center section of the old campus is just, it looks like a mess. But it's a good mess. It's good. There's a lot of issues that are being fixed that have been there for 50-some years that are finally gonna get fixed, correct? And, you know, the revamping of, Roseman Element, the old Roseman Elementary. A lot of work's been getting done. So thanks everybody for being patient with us and putting up with all the headaches of construction, because it's a headache. And transportation, you guys get all geared up, ready to move them kids around. Okay.
Don't worry, I'm
I'm
ready.
telling you, we're gonna move you.
Already moved.
I'm ready more. I'm just kidding. I did it just for you.
That's the sense how you've done that. Okay, do we have any comments from the public?
None.
Approve, A through P. Does anybody have any questions on any of the, there's a lot of stuff.
Right, I actually do have one question on item G, for the professional services of Anna Oriana. And it looks like she's gonna be assisting, visually impaired students in our district. And I was just wondering how many visually impaired students we have?
But, Ms. Hubbard, I will get that answer and get it, send it to you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Soon as Gerald is back. I think it's tomorrow.
It's not tomorrow, it's
Okay.
I understand.
How does that work? Like, is it something
It's someone that's contracted.
That was kind of.
no, what I'm saying, like, how does, like, what's?
They might
That's
provide
my question.
large print books.
Oh, for your weapons.
They might provide like large print books or things that would help the student that might be visually
Braille. And then everything's gonna be a roll call vote, since Bob will be as in.
Okay, so,
So I will
we're gonna
listen
start
to
with,
roll.
I move to approve the items.
Before you move, it has to be roll call.
Oh, before we move, we have to roll call.
So it'd be, board member, you answered yes, no, or abstain.
right, but,
It has to be before I motion.
we can't do a motion?
You still have to do a motion.
Yes, at the end.
No.
So you do the roll call vote, and then the motion, the second, and then, all in favor.
No, it's motion, second, vote.
And then
The roll call.
a roll call vote after that.
Okay.
No, well, that's,
I'm just saying.
yeah, let's go with the motion.
I move to approve the items.
Second.
Okay,
No.
Then we'll start with the roll call vote. Ms. Finch? Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Brandon?
Yes.
Hepburn?
Aye.
Vincent?
Aye.
And I will say aye. Katara, say aye. Let's just, on the item 8, we have discussed to table this item till further information is provided. So, it will be moved to the next board agenda, August 20th. And hopefully more information will be present that we can actually make a decision on this. So,
Mario, do we have to move in second, table it? Okay.
motion to table,
I will move to table.
and this will move for tabling.
I'll second.
Okay. Well, I made motion and Bob seconded.
Yeah. Oh, his move is a second?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now we need a roll call vote on that. So, Ms. Finch will be abstained on that one because she did not get to be in the session.
Alma can do it for you if you'd like. Do the roll call.
Go ahead.
That way you can, good.
Alrighty, student board member Finch,
She cannot vote because it was,
right, any advice? Okay. Board member Wright,
yes.
board member Rendon,
Yes.
board member Hepburn,
Yes.
board member Vincelette,
Aye.
and board member Gutierrez.
Yes.
Did you get more information about that?
Aye.
What,
What's that?
did you get more information about that? Like, what's that in regards to?
That is to move our, electoral ability to, into sections, districts for what our district. In Rosewood, yeah. So, we need more.
No, that's what I thought about, but I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, more information, because, I mean, in Rosewood, we have 22,000 people. And we cover 380 miles square. The voter at the last election was roughly a little over 6,000 voters.
Right.
So, it's,
Table.
till
No, I
we
think,
have
I
more
just
information.
wanted to see if I understood it, coming from where I live, I understand that, that's what it sounds like, though, but.
Yeah. To
It's
me,
good that you asked it for someone else.
I'm gonna give you my opinion on this. To me, this law was originally designed for areas like in New York, where you have Harlem, and then you have,
Right.
what is it, Soho?
Soho, yeah.
Yeah, and then those
So it's equal representation.
they have to get their own representation. But in Roseland, I mean, we got Roseland. And we have a very diverse board.
Well, right, and that's, oh, that's good.
So, we're gonna table that for more information.
Yeah.
Okay. Board goals for the 2025-2026 school year. Okay,
Okay,
Ms. Kate,
thank
this is all
you,
you.
thank you. If I need that, I will. So, board members, and I've asked Dan to help me this evening make it a little bit neater. The one thing that I want you to add, Dan, that I can tell you I did not accomplish in 24 and 25 is Mrs. Hepburn's desire for us to plant. So I'd like you to go right in all schools, and what's the best way for me to word that? We want vegetables
I
or
want
what?
growing. I want
Gardening, put gardening right there in all schools.
spots that have a bunch of empty beds with weeds in them. I see them.
So the reason I asked Dan to create for me this little graph is because one of the suggestions in the evaluation was that people might want to make a recommendation for me instead of district-wide for a unique site. So I had him set it up like this. So now is the time, board. Please speak up if you want something. I'll make this up. You see something that needs to be done for. We've moved Abe Lincoln and Rare Earth to the what was prior the adult ed campus. They're over there now. But if you see something that you would like me to work on, me and my team, I don't do it alone. Let me make that clear. For 25, 26, now's the time. Please speak up.
So I'd like to see a community garden. I think that would be almost best.
Community garden.
I think that we have plenty of open space
That would
over
work.
there. I think that we can, I think that would do well. If she wants to have a garden, I think that we just have one central location maybe instead of
Okay, so just put over there all schools or put community garden there for me, Dan, if you would. Oh, Alma's doing it. Oh, I thought Dan was, I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay. What else have we got?
Say,
Sure.
to answer your question, a community garden is for the community to use the land and a lot of the water, of our site. Right. But they have to tend their own garden. Okay. It is used a lot in urban areas where there isn't a whole lot of, people live in apartments. Go to a community garden where they can grow their vegetables and stuff and still get something home.
I would like to add to that, as a part of our community schools grant and everything, and going to all these conferences, they do this. It is for the community, of course, but you just can't let anybody on campus. But I like what you're saying, and you're right about that. But I feel like we have programs with the students to like, hey, this is for them. And they tend to the garden, they provide it to the schools, they give it out to the community, and they can see where the food actually comes from, and it makes you feel good. You touch the soil, you smell it, you feel better. It's like natural. What's the drugs you take that make you feel better? Prozac? I don't know.
I normally chime in to take this. Any question, I'd like to see an example of the basic garden that is run by the students where they use the
Yeah. The one thing I want to just say is that piece of land that I think you guys are thinking of on the high school campus behind the fence would be a problem. Because first of all, then that whole fence has to come down, because then when the fence comes down, now I'm giving everybody access to a campus, which would violate everything that worries me about the safety issue. I'd have to put up some other fences around the classrooms on both sides and the back walkway. I mean, I guess it's possible, but
I think there's already a fence on it. So.
There's a fence in front that would have to come down if they were.
There's a fence in between them, but you need a better fence.
Right.
There's one private walkway for the students.
Yeah.
It's not there. But you need a better fence.
Yes.
That other fence.
But I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible. This is, I know we failed here last year, so we will definitely take a good look at this. Okay, and come on.
I'd like to see law enforcement on campus.
Real law enforcement.
Yeah,
Hey, I caught somebody yesterday.
Yeah.
But I guess
Yeah. Situation
it's okay. I had help. All right, law enforcement on campus, real law enforcement.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to see something with, I'm not sure if you have anything like this with everybody. like trauma-informed education for staff. So like with these kids, they have problems sometimes. We have to be able to recognize what's going on and navigate and help them. So I feel like with giving them some type of education, not how much, I'm not sure how much education, but giving them something to work with when they're dealing with students that are dealing with trauma. I think that's fun.
You're talking professional development for staff.
Yes.
Did you get that? Trauma-informed education for staff. Thank you.
You just had that today.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, from,
PBIS training.
Yes.
Lisa.
Yes.
She trained all the out there.
Okay.
Look, you already did it. Good job.
Thank you, Dave. Are you sure I don't have a garden out there somewhere? Come on, guys. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Garden dandelion.
What else have we got?
All right, my turn, Barbara.
Oh, boy, here we go.
We need to start flag football starting the fall of 26, the girls. And the goal would be to start by getting a coaching staff together because it's going to take them a while to teach the girls and play the sport. It is getting a little more complicated, but I think it's time that we need to push that forward.
Flag football for girls. Is that what I heard, Bob?
That's correct.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be writing, though. I'm gonna be writing. Brains right. I always have to be me. Let's see. So did you put flag football?
Yeah.
Oh, Rosewood High. Okay, there you go. I was looking down there. All right, what else have we got, Bob? I'm sure that's not it. You've got.
I'm thinking. Yeah, that's dangerous.
What about, obviously they have to have a, white brain is not very great now, but, the flamenco dancing, flamenco at all the campuses possibly. Yeah.
Florico dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, Florico.
You're talking about
Yeah.
no, it's we're,
Ballroom. They want Florico dancing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, we have to have someone to actually be there,
Her costumes are amazing.
they're beautiful.
Yes. Okay. Should we board add what the construction things we're working on at these sites or no? Because there's some major projects going on at those sites right now.
yeah, we've got, locker rooms coming in. We've got, a couple of.
Weight room
weight
and
room,
dance studio.
studio,
We have
That's all high
CTE building in the
CTE building.
works.
That's not really fair to you, but, you know, we can definitely go. Sure not.
For the year.
Just saying.
But we can get them started.
Yeah, I would just,
There you go.
we're
No,
construction
Thanks, Aaron.
as we can.
Yeah, but there are a lot of things that are gonna occupy a lot of our time, believe me.
We are spending a lot of time in the construction.
You bet, you bet.
Oh, we're so.
4 hours every Monday down here just doing it.
I got one. I would like to see, at Tropico, and even at the elementary level, but I feel like in Tropico, these kids don't know what to do when they come across fakes, if they come across, you know, things in that situation, like in education, and to say no, don't do this, don't do that, even though they may get some type of information in elementary school, I feel like we need a program in the middle school realm, because that's when it's going on. In the
Drug-related
I
program
know our
for
higher students.
Tropico and
Yeah.
suggest you Tropico, Alt Ed, and the high school.
Yeah, and maybe even fifth grade,
This is one of the front door people.
Fifth grade, all schools, all schools,
Yeah.
all schools.
I'm not trying to pitch it, but like, let's just, I thought about it. I'm not sure which it is, but I'm sure. Anyway, yes, you guys know the drug program that, let's say.
Who is this?
He's one of the drug dog,
Yes.
guys, and he has his own program, just, I've heard good things about it.
He came the one night and,
Oh, that's right.
yes, and showed the parents what all the vapes and different things look
I
like.
think we cover those.
Right, for the parents, but also for the kids, for, you know, what to do, how to say no, how to navigate through finding a vape, how to let someone know, hey, this is what I found, and notify the right people, not put it in their pocket.
Just to verify, some sort of assembly maybe, then is what you're looking for, like an assembly where everyone,
Yeah.
I had him actually come and talk to, he actually had an idea to come last year and talk to me for classes.
Okay.
For like 15 minutes on our fourth bed.
Okay.
Every time he would come and tell you that I'm talking to all of them. So they were kind of really informed about what he did. So he just like come into a fourth and fifth grade class and be like, why are they here? Are they trying to get my food or whatever? But it was very good.
Okay.
He explained, he loves talking to kids.
Wonderful.
I think if you went to elementary, you could maybe ask parents if they wanted to opt out of something like that.
so I think they meet as a fifth graders.
Like, I know, like,
Why would you
my
want to opt out of
daughter,
telling your kids?
oh, when my daughter was at West Park and they were learning about like drugs and stuff, like kindergarten, I don't think that's something that I wanted to be the one to say, hey, this is what you look for, not, hey, guess what, this is all out there. It's just, I think maybe a question about it, like, you know,
Looks like the
I
dare program.
can't speak for every parent.
I think it should be.
You said fourth and fifth, I mean, you're
Appropriate,
Yeah, I heard fifth grade,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fifth board.
Although let's, board members, let's remember we have had fourth grade.
Yeah.
Third grade, Mr. Adams, let's remind me. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
You might want to start operating that right away, yeah.
Right.
Like you said, age appropriate, but.
Yeah,
Third
Yeah, I
grade,
mean, they can opt out, of course,
yeah.
don't take your kid there, but bring them in there.
so that program, I live with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that program is called Keto. They changed the name.
I might want to bring in, if you don't mind, because we're talking about that. One of the reasons Hope Squad started was to get that peer-to-peer information out to the kids, and we need to emphasize that extremely, that the board backs getting this done, because we are seeing a lot of kids who shouldn't be in front of us because they're being latched on by the other group, and that we need to have that group get the kids before they go to the bad kids. I hate to use that, but that's what it is. That's my opinion on that. And I've been talking with Cheryl and Annalisa and a few others, and they are ready to emphasize that, and I'd like to make sure that we, the board, pay attention to that a little bit better and work with them to make sure that that message is getting out, because that is one avenue to get the message out.
It's a class it's been a class at Tropico and Rosamond High, and a club at the elementaries. They run after-school clubs at the elementaries. This year it'll be a class at Tropico, Rosamond High, and Rare Earth, and the club at the elementaries.
Maybe smoke detectors or
Vape detectors, I would say that's probably TMS and Vape detectors.
What about at Indiana? Only one, but.
Yeah, but I think that we can just continue it with the EMS, Alice, and, all right.
Now, Rare Earth and Abe Lincoln classrooms where the kids will be in, the restrooms are in the classroom. That's gonna be very interesting. Very interesting. Yes.
I've seen the kids stuff, I've covered.
Did you put it, okay. All right, what else have we got? Bob, nothing else?
No, I think those are two, my biggest one, of course, is the whole squad, but yeah. We've been talking flag football for so long, it's time to move on it. It'll make Jimmy mad at me, but that's okay.
And let students and parents know that if you bring these types of things onto campus, you will, if we catch you,
And I can remind you, board, that toward the latter part of the year, second semester, we also saw an increase in alcohol consumption, did we not?
Yes.
Yes, we did. There was, all of a sudden, there was a little time there that it was like, okay, people veered off vapes and now they're drinking it on campus. So we may need to, I like the idea, Adrian, of assemblies, informative assemblies for, yeah, drugs and alcohol, yeah.
And then, students, go back to school, is there like an introduction of, like, say, everyone's in the gym, this is your counselor, this is your principal, because when I was in high school, I didn't know that guy, I didn't know his name, or her name. It wasn't until I was obviously a junior and senior, and I was like, okay, now I'm paying attention to who these people are. But it was just like, this is who you look for this is who you go to for this, so they can, get a face and a name. I think that's important, or if you're having difficulties with things at home, just like mental health type things, this is who you can talk to instead of them just dealing with things on their own. Sometimes it's not ideal.
I know that they have orientations prior to the onset of the school year. For example, Tropicos is going on right now. But Dane, talk to me about the high school. Do you guys have something, once the kids are there, do you bring them in, let's say by grade level, and kind of go through, these are the expectations, this is the principal, do you do that?
So we have our orientation this week. This was mentioned by Ms. Finch a minute ago. Seniors were today, sophomores and juniors will be tomorrow, freshmen on Friday. And then the first few weeks of school last year, what Mr. Bashnap and I did is we visited every English class and spoke to everybody with information.
I'm over in Tropical, and Dr. Kelly is going to over all of that with all the families that Jim had, and it's nice because they're sixth graders, so we got to hear who to go to for the counseling. They introduced all of the principals, the sixth grade teachers were there. It was really great.
And they know, you guys do the, okay, you don't bring this to school, you don't bring this to school, you don't bring that to school. Cell phones this year. No cell phones on campus. Well, they can have them on campus, but they better be on.
Better be
And away.
And away, so we do not see them. We see them, we confiscate them.
And I can tell you that the sites have been doing a really good job of sending out repeated parent reminders about that cell phone policy. And I know at the high school, I haven't seen Tropicals yet, but at the high school, it's in the student planner as well. So,
They sign off on the planner, they never read it.
well, but they've been sending messages.
They've been sending
It's on the
messages.
walls.
They
Yeah,
have.
and you're sending the messages to the parents, and it's also the parents' responsibility to educate their kids as to the cell phone policy. I have, like, got it.
Kudos to the high school, because I was walking on campus today and I was like, there's the policy, there's the policy, it's posted everywhere.
I think that this is a very good start for 25 years.
That'll be plenty to work with.
Do you want more?
No?
No.
We were good.
If we can get 3/4 of that done, I'd be happy.
Just worried about those gardens, and I will.
I will get it. I got a compost pile house. I will bring you some good compost. It's called,
I want to make sure you say that.
Black Gold.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Alma.
Thank you.
Really? Oh. Yeah.
Okay, approve the high priority essential standards for math. TK grades,
TK through fifth.
recommended.
Yes, I've already taken there on starting on page 175 in the packet there. We've been collaborating with Dr. Wetzel as well as the subcommittee in our collaboration with Ken O'Connor. There was a subcommittee that was formed, and we want to thank the teachers, well, everyone was part of the committee, but there was I can kind of communicate with other teachers as well, and inviting them to the committee meetings, and also administrators, like Sarah Varela, Danny Paul, Casey Emmett as well, our assistant principal at West Park. So we looked at the math standards, and then over time they were consolidated so that the focus becomes the high priority standards for the ones that carry on the multiple grades. So they're called like anchor standards or the broad standards. And it was identified as the priority standards / essential standards for PK all the way to 5th grade. As part of our work with our consultants as well, like Dr. Wetzel, as well as Ken O'Connor and Submission Tree and Abbott, there's 4 critical questions to address in terms of student learning. And the first one being like, what do you want students to learn? And that is the high priority or essential standards. So therefore a subcommittee was created, and then the focus has been mathematics, but English language arts has also been worked on. We've had more work completed in mathematics, and able to have those available, so that way when school starts, now there's more of a targeted focus on instruction and on planning based on these math standards. So they're still part of the overall California standards, but they're more like of the overarching standards that can carry through multiple grades.
I move to a motion.
Second.
Okay, right?
Okay, Board Member Gutierrez,
Aye.
Board Member Mitchell,
Aye.
Board Member Pepper,
Aye.
Board Member Renton,
Aye.
Board Member Wright,
Aye.
Student Board Member Finch, any advice?
No, yes.
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 Sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
new standard-based grading, report card, including embed high priority essential standards that we hit. Dr. Mills, and I have questions.
Yes, that starts on page 186, and these are some in the board packet. And we take the support of Sean Riley, who's been working with the subcommittee, as well as Dr. Wetzel and all the subcommittee teachers involved as well, in terms of organizing the high priority standards. The recommendation from Tim O'Connor is that it may be anywhere from like 7 to 8, more or less. We want to list all of the high priority standards to the link, and we want to put it in a parent friendly language so that it's a way of measuring student learning over time. So that it's standards based rather than like, let's just say, you can see like a progression of student learning there on how they're doing over time. So some standards would be covered at particular times of the year, and there's fluid movement there, meaning that when information is being delivered, it's not necessarily like from, say you get a teacher's edition of textbook, it's not from one cover, from the front cover to the end, rather based on the high priority standards, or units or sections in the book, depending on the standards being addressed, can be moved. So let's just say chapter 3, I'm just making that as an example. You have chapter 1, but you don't necessarily have to in sequential order chapter 1, 2, 3, based on the standards and how students are being assessed. That addresses number 2, in terms of how will we know that students learn the material or the content standards that were taught, right? How are we going to know that by different assessments, right? We're looking at measuring student learning correlated to those to the standards and the standards-based report card. So then, going back to that one, if based on those standards, these standards can be moved. For example, say the standards of chapter 3 it can go 1, 3, 2 instead of 1, 2, 3 in terms of going through the book front cover versus back cover. Meaning that standards in particular areas of the book can be moved depending on the learning progression of the students and what they're understanding. So it creates flexibility. That way when there's, let's say a textbook adoption as a sample, right? Then the standards remain the same. What changes is the curriculum, and teachers have the flexibility to be able to, based on the learning progression and the standards, to move some of those units or sections throughout the year. Meaning they don't necessarily go from the front cover of the book to the end, rather there's flexibility there. And these were organized in a way TK through 5th, in particular just math for now, just mathematics, and this is going to be TK through 5th grade. So that, and then if we need to make adjustments, we can make adjustments throughout, but we wanted to have those because it's a culmination of work with Ken O'Connor, Dr. Wetzel, and subcommittee as well. Ms. Gaines has been in meetings, I've been in meetings, as well as Dan and other site admin, district admin. We've been collaborating, and this is one of the products that we wanted to share with the board here in terms of standards for 8th grade. Ms. Gaines?
May I just add something,
Yes.
Board members? There are many standards in every content area. In math, there's, I don't know how many, but there are a lot. When you're talking, you're isolating essential standards, you're basically validating that these are critical standards that the children in each one of these grade levels must learn to build that foundation to help them move on to the next grade level. And so will these be the only standards the kids are not taught? No, they won't be. But this is going to guarantee, for the most part, that the essential standards selected by the teachers with the input of Dr. Wetzel will be the primary focus. We want to make sure these are probably also the standards they'll be assessed on come the CASP at the end of the year. So that's why we're isolating these standards. And so we're saying you can teach other standards, but these must be taught.
My question is this, so I'm just looking at the report card and I see, you know, standard met, nearly met, not met, blah, 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 for math. So they won't get an A, B, C, D grade anymore, or it's just like 1, 2, 3 if they've met these standards?
Sure, not a letter grade. It's more of how they're progressing and learning the standards over time, throughout the reporting periods 1, 2, 3, and 4 there. And then any comments that you would like to add in for right there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you why I think this is going to be very, very powerful. And I think maybe initially parents are going to be like, what is that? But A, B, C, D, F is very subjective. You could have me for a math class and I might be like, okay, you turned in all your homework. I'm not going to fail you. Someone else may say, but the student they can't multiply fractions. So how can I give them a passing grade if they can't meet the standard? So what it says is this child, we're not going to fail the child, but the child needs more work, more exposure on that standard. So I think in the long run, the parent is going to be able to see their child making progress, and that number is going to mean something to them.
It makes standards less subjective and more objective. Here's an example on page 27. I'm looking at the kinder math, right? Identify numbers 0 through 20, right? Order numbers to 20. That way, during parent-teacher conferences, also it creates opportunity for dialogue. In my son and daughter, they've been making progress. I see why they get assigned that grade because they can count to 15. They need to be able to order the numbers to, or identify the numbers they can identify to 15. So that means they need to work on identifying it to 20. And this is an example there. It makes it more objective rather than subjective.
I get it. I just feel like with second, first, and kindergarten teachers that I've experienced, I feel like they gave us the standards. Like at the beginning of school, this is what your kid's going to learn. This is what they need to accomplish. So even though that's there, this is just also saying, hey, they did it or they didn't, or were they a way of with that particular standard.
And Ms. Hepburn, I think the beauty of this report card is that, okay, so I can't, first quarter, I can't multiply fractions. I use that one as an example. But every quarter, I'm finally, it's gonna, one day it's gonna click to me and I know how to multiply fractions. And that is gonna be a standard that I will be able to master and carry forward to the next grade, for example. And my parent would know that. It's just not a grade. Kids get passing grades all the time who don't necessarily master standards. All the time. I sign stacks of 4.0s sometimes every quarter. Sometimes schools do it semester. But yet, if I align that 4.0 to the CASP score, night and day. It's like, what happened? This is a 4.0. Teacher says it's a 4.0, but kids did not meet anything. So I think this is going to be more aligned to actual learning. And that's what we're all about, is the learning of the students.
And then students have multiple opportunities to demonstrate mastery of learning throughout the year. And they provide standards-based report cards provide more clarity for team members as well as students and parents in terms of like what is and then also to some extent the degree of rigor. We'll get more of that next Monday when we have the professional development with Dr. Nancy Pratt. But we wanted to share these standards-based report cards with the board.
I make a motion to approve.
Board Member Gutierrez,
Aye.
Board Member Vincelette,
Aye.
Board Member Hepburn. Aye. Board Member Rendon. Aye. Board Member Ray.
Aye.
And Student Board Member Finch.
Approve the master plan for English language learners. Recommended.
Okay, that is on page 173 of your board packet there. Just an update for the EL master plan. It's 2025, 2026 to current. We periodically update our EL master plan. For example, some changes that have been done are we have now a designated ELD teacher, for example, at Redmond Elementary School, and then designated ELD teacher at Park Elementary. So as we update our practices or our systems within English language development, then we update the plan just to keep it current. Then we communicate that information through our ELAC meetings throughout the year. And then for accountability purposes, for FPN, Federal Program Monitoring, sometimes they say, hey, we want to see your EL master plan. I think here's a copy of the EL master plan, or if parents are interested in getting more information on ELD, the EL master plan encompasses all of the items that we're currently implementing in regards to English language development. Julie and I collaborated on this, and then further collaborated with Dr. Tolliver, and she's been in contact with Kern County Superintendent of Schools as well for the upcoming professional development opportunities. So she's helped provide insight for updating the EL master plan. And then Dr. Tolliver, is there any additional items you'd like to add? And thank you for your support in kind of picking up in terms of like where we left off and just expanding the plan there. So appreciate your support with that. If you could add anything else you'd like in regards to the EL master plan.
Just updating on the new benchmark assessments when it comes to K-8. We changed over to iReady instead of using Renaissance, so making sure that their reclassification standards are fully explained in the EL master plan, along with the way the integrated and designated teachers are presenting the materials, and as well as the professional development that is ongoing for not only our teachers, but for our paraprofessionals as well.
And Dr. Tolliver, if you would you please share with the board early on how many students you're going to reclassify probably in this boardroom very soon?
Absolutely. So I have the pleasure of reclassifying 25 of our students coming into the 25-26 school year. We also have about 5 to 10 more that, if possible, by the end of October, if we get those benchmarks done and they pass, we can get about 5 to 10 more reclassified. So hopefully by the end of 2025, not even this school year, but hopefully by the end of 2025, we'll have about 30 to 35 children that are going to be reclassified, which is tremendous. And they range from kinder all the way to 12. So it's amazing.
And Mr. President, I just want to add, I want to thank one of our teachers who came to me, Ms. Sinclair at Roseman Elementary School, and she had a great idea. She's going to be teaching all the English learners at Roseman Elementary, and just to make it short, English learners are classified 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. So per grade level, they're going to all be in one class. So she asked if I would consider giving her and also the English learner, the ELD teacher at West Park, a paraeducator. So for example, if the teacher is working with the low 1s and 2s, then the paraeducator could take the 3s and 4s and be working with them, or vice versa, depending on how in-depth or how focus the lesson was that the teacher needed to be doing it. And so I said, I really like that idea because it is hard to address 4 different levels at one time. So Mr. Irving in HR was able to provide a paraeducator, one for each site and in the ELD class. So I'm really looking to see how that's going to help the English learners this year at the elementary.
You will leave?
Yes,
Okay. Because
I believe they are.
I was actually a TA at ABC
Oh,
in the English language learning process.
oh my, do you want another part-time job?
No.
Second.
Board Member Gutierrez,
Aye.
Board Member Mensalat,
Aye.
Board Member Hepburn,
Aye.
Board Member Rendon.
Aye.
Board Member Wright,
Aye.
and Student Board Member Finch.
Approve the following list of personnel items. Does anybody have any questions on these?
I actually have a couple questions regarding the prep buyout, which we.
With the corrections.
The prep buyout that we recently changed over to, a stipend. Isn't that kind of like part of their job, too? Like either like 8 to 5, 9 to 5, and, rotated campuses? Doesn't that count? Their job to do that?
Well, they are there from their work hours. I think it's till 4, but I'm not 100% sure what their work hours are. What's not part of their job description is to teach a class, grade papers, plan lessons, and do all of those things. That's not part of their day.
But other teachers also do that at home on their off hours of grading papers and.
But these 3 ladies are trained. They're mental health therapists. They're trained. They took a special training. They have, I know that the 2 over on this side of the district have CTE credentials to teach Hope Squad. They went to a special training, I believe I want to say maybe Washington State for this. Where was it? Utah, sorry, thank you. To teach this class. So they have caseloads of sometimes 30-some students, plus teach the class, grade papers, and do special projects like on Hope Squad Week and do all these things.
I was just wondering if it would have been better served to where we had somebody else do maybe Hope Squad and then they would be able to assist the rest of the district students.
They have to have a CTE credential
Right,
and be
that's what I'm saying.
trained.
And so maybe how do we keep an eye on that they're actually doing what they say that they're doing?
Well, they have students in the class that attend their classes every day.
Yeah, that's pretty.
To be my thoughts on this, honestly, I was thinking about the different stipends. Mr. Shuffle and I were talking about it. To be perfectly honest with you, these 3, this particular stipend, we know we're getting somewhere. There's a lot of stipends being paid that I don't necessarily know what's, whether any coordination is going on or not. At least with these 3, we know they're doing a good job. They have to do grades, they have to plan, they have to teach their class every day.
Which is fine, they don't take other.
Well, they can't because they have caseloads.
I know, just want to make sure. Yeah,
Thank you for answering the question, appreciate it.
yeah, but a quick question. There cannot be a period buyout because of our TA, correct? They could be.
They would have a period of time.
Right. So it can be a stipend.
Well, RTA has no say on it.
Right. I know, that's what I'm saying. if it's listed as a stipend, it's okay. Because then it's just not a period buyout, because if they're teaching a period, then it's an RTA issue. I just want to make sure that we're not.
No, but again, since you're, I mean, I'm not sure. It's your stuff, you know, and technically, on admin, they're not, you know, that's it. It doesn't have to be posted. So there's no contract. Yeah, you know, with the respect, there's no contract for that. So you don't have to follow, and I don't feel like it's coming across like, you don't have to follow rules, but I mean, there's no contract for, administrative stipends or administrative, honestly, it's solid, right? It's for more board approved. And, yes.
Okay. Just leave that in, I'll clarify. Okay. With correction?
Second, corrections.
Board Member Gutierrez,
Aye.
Board Member Benzelat,
Aye.
Board Member Hepburn,
I abstain.
Board Member Rendon,
Abstain.
Board Member Wright.
Aye.
Jerry?
Now, approve it.
Oh,
Is that?
It's on the last page, right before adjournment.
Oh,
Right
okay.
above.
oh, it's tiny.
Yeah, I missed it. Approve administrative assignments for the 2025 or 25-26 school year.
I move to approve.
Second.
Okay, Board Member Gutierrez,
Aye.
Board Member Benzelat,
Aye.
Board Member Hepburn.
Aye.
Board Member Rendon. Aye. And Board Member Wright.
Aye.
Now you can adjourn.